All right, y'all. Do we have sound? We got sound? Yes, no, maybe? Sort of, kind of? All right, let me see here. Hold on. I'm trying to see if we got sound, y'all. Uh-oh. All right. Mic check. Let me go to YouTube over here and see if we got sound. See, it's all um it's always different when you're I got a different setup. So this is like, let me see. Because I have nowhere to check to see if we have sound. Do we have sound? Mic check, mic check. Do we have sound? Y'all let me know in the comments if we got sound, please, before we get started. Before we get started, do we have sound? I guess the only way to check, let me, hold on. I'm going to unmute this one. I'm going to leave the studio over here. Okay. Now do we have sound? What about now? Yep. Okay. Yep, we got sound now. Okay. Woo. That was terrible. Yep. Okay. Yep, we got sound now. I don't know what that was, y'all. I went through 7 minutes of saying, do we have sound? Do we have sound? Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome in. So I got YouTube opened up on my iPad to see. Hey, Miss Beverly. Hey, cousin. But yeah, y'all. So I went through 7 minutes of do we have sound? But anyway, thank y'all for being here and thank y'all for sticking it out with your girl while we got some sound. Cause baby, I don't know what that was. StreamYard was being real iffy just now. But from today's title, we are going to be making a quilt top. We're going to use the what do you call these people? Riley Blake is going to be this purple pattern right here that we're going to use. Y'all know we love us some purple over here. And this particular lineup is called Plum Petals, and it's by Diane Lombardi. And I will leave this in the link in the description box if you guys want to try this particular pattern or any other one. And then this is just some regular smegular 5x5 squares. I think I got these like 100 in a pack or something. Came from Amazon. So without further ado, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So if y'all have been wondering where your girl it has been, I've been trying to put up content for y'all. But it's been real busy. Y'all know a lot has taken place in the trucking industry. A lot has taken place where like with these tariffs and stuff like that. So it's just kind of hectic and chaotic. So the ones that want their loads moved and things like that. So that's what I've been doing, y'all. Working. Oh, y'all, look how pretty that is. Ooh, do y'all see all these different shades of purple? Ooh, yes, honey, yes. Well, we got some little greens in there. We'll take them. We weren't really looking for them, but we'll take them since they in here. But this is a really pretty this is a really pretty pattern. Let me see if I can make y'all. Let me see. There we go. That might be a little better for y'all. That a little better? Yeah, I think that might be a little better. Y'all see my Mountain Dew back there? So all we're gonna do is I'm gonna make I was gonna do these in like four blocks, but I don't really know. Do I want to do them in 4 blocks or do I want to do them in a 9 block? I mean 4 9 blocks, or do I just want to sew them 2 at a time? We got 42, so that means we can do 6 rows across. We can do 6 rows across and 7 down, or 7 across and 6 down if we did them 2 at a time. Let's just go with our 4 block. Okay, so with a 4 block, what you're going to do, let me push my machine back. Well, actually, let me turn the camera down this way for y'all real quick. I think it'll let me. Oops. Okay, let me move this up. Okay, so what we're going to do essentially is we're gonna use, because it's only 2 of like each color like that. So to make a 4 block, we're just going to do like a purple, a white, and then of course a purple. The same one would go here. Now these look for the most part, yeah, directional. So we're gonna want to pay attention to these purples and making sure that we have them the same direction, because that poses a problem when you don't do it that way. Okay, so that Hey, Precious Pieces. Hey, boo. I ain't forgot to call you yet either, though. I'm working on it. I got somebody checking on something for me on that in the background, and I'll let you know what I come up with. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So, like I said, we only have two of each color. So we're just gonna make or the dark colors. And when you do this, you definitely want to offset using, like your dark and your darks and your lights. Now you can, when you're making a quilt top, it's up to you. You can butterfly it, you can put it to the darker side. Like I a lot of times I've been opening them up. And we have a 1/4 inch foot on here, and we have a 1/4 inch guide cover right here, but I'm just going to follow this 1/4 inch because I don't think, well, maybe for the most part, maybe they do, but we're gonna try our best. And you just want to keep these lined up to the best of your ability, right? And don't forget, you have to shape these up or square these up, whatever you want to call them. So it's not going to be, if you get off track a little bit, it's going to be fine. I promise. It's definitely going to be fine. And then I always back stitch at the beginning and the end. And literally all I'm doing is just trying my best to match these up. And we're going to let this up. And I have found too, we let our needle up. And I have found too that sometimes when you're trying to be like you're focused on that 1/4 inch seam, or you're focused on the 3/8 or whatever it is that you might be focused on, Lord have mercy, that's when the most problems come. Just do it, okay? Just do it. So now what we're going to do is, I could just, sew all of these, but I know me, I will get discombobulated in a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, okay? And I'm just going to finger press this for right now to the darker side, okay? This particular quilt, I want it to be like just no fuss, okay? I don't want to have to go, so like this one, the darker side is over here. So by you doing it in the block, right? By you doing it in the blocks, it should match up, right? So one should be going to the left and one should be going to the right. Now what you're going to do is simply put the bottom one on the top, and then we're just going to line this up to the best of our ability. Now, y'all remember I used to have issues with pins? Well, baby, let's talk about these pins. I have since learned how to use a pen, and I know that sounds crazy, but when you're first learn, or at least for me anyway, when I was first learning how to sew, these pens was giving me the business, okay? So I have learned how to use these pens, and I'm gonna tell you, these pens, they work in your favor, okay? They work in your favor. Hey, Miss Lisa, how are you? You're welcome, Precious. No problem. Okay, in my sewing era, period. Okay, y'all. So we're just gonna line this up. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. And y'all remember the live we were on briefly this morning when we were working on that quilt? Baby, let me tell you, that was the oldie but goodie, okay? That was one of the very first ones that we started with. And hold on, I'm gonna take my pen out just for a second, just because I don't like how that's lined up. But I will say too, once you get to actually knowing what you're looking for, you become a little more you get a little more agitated I guess is the word to say. So like you want to make sure, because see the dark side, hold on. The dark side is over here under that bottom. So I'm just going to make sure that I have that one going that way and then this one going that way, so that when we get over this little hump, and you always want to back stitch over, I call them humps, but y'all, the proper term is seam. I have started recording bits and pieces of my sewing 101 series, okay? Y'all know we're all learning together. So what I'm learning, I'm teaching you guys. I actually took a little small sewing class. I do have my first pattern that is written, and it is coming out. It is definitely beginner friendly, y'all. It is so beginner friendly. And it's crazy how I made the pattern. Patterns are easy to make, and the easiest way to make a pattern is to get you a sketch pad, okay? And you don't even have to buy a sketch pad. Like, you can make you a sketch pad, right? And y'all, look at our block. Look at our beautiful block, okay? That's going to be our first block. Hey, Miss Valerie. Hey, boo. How are you? So this is going to be our first block right here. Now what we're going to do, so when we flip it over, y'all see our seams? So right here, this one is going to go that way. This one is going to be pressed here, and these will just go across. Now, could I open these up at this point? You could, but I wouldn't, okay? And this really could even go up if you wanted to, but we're going to make it go down. So this is our first block. And boy, this Riley Blake, whatchamacallit, is cute. It's cute, okay? And I think we still turned this block upside down right here, but I think, yeah, it's upside down, but it'll be fine. You can iron your seams as you go along, or you can wait to the end. In this case, I'm just going to wait to the end. Now, let me show you guys what I use to make my seams go flat. Okay, I'm going to link this in the video description. This is called flatter, okay, y'all. And this stuff does not play, okay? I use the scentless one because thank you, Up Designs. You'll be here next week. Okay. I should be around Georgia, but hit me up and let me know. Hey, Donzel. Yes, I did. I sure did go live earlier. So we're gonna use that flatter, and what I do is I just simply will even up each square, iron it out our seams to make it go flatter using our flatter, and then I just put that block off to the side. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to continue with our Riley Blake and our white squares. So essentially this quilt is just going to be a purple and white quilt. And actually, I don't know, y'all, sometimes it's faster to sew them like all together, but then if you like me, I start getting mixed up. I'm put stuff the wrong place and all kind of stuff. Yep, like this looks like it's directional. I'm trying to keep it directional, but let's just say we'll see how far that lasts. We'll see how that lasts. How long that lasts. Cause honey. But I'm gonna show y'all that quilt that I did, that we were doing on live earlier. I did finish her. Now I didn't do that whole what you call them people with that little template thing. I looked at it. I was so ecstatic with the little squares that we had that I was just like, we got two of them little hearts on there, but that's okay. And for it not to be perfect, I mean, I still like it. And I tried to do a short, y'all, but my memory is full at the moment, and my phone just acting up, so I need to get another phone. But we'll see how that works out for us. So I'm just cutting these off, and again, this is what we got. These are directional to a point. They're like leaves. I don't know if it's really directional or if I really call that directional. So again, we're just gonna nest our seams. So whichever is the dark on the back, press that. Let's not press it on top of each other like that though. Just press your seam like so to the dark side. Y'all, if y'all hear Special Ed 101 in the back there yelling and screaming because he playing the game, don't mind him, okay? Don't mind him. Don't mind him. Him in that game. It's my piece sometime. I ain't gonna stunt. But I'm just gonna clip this time. I could put a pin in it, but yeah, y'all, and you just kind of, I mean, this is like just a basic beginner friendly. And then once we put this block together, well, we'll make the third one. We'll make the third block, and then I'm gonna show y'all how we put our blocks together so that now right here, if you have to, let your presser foot up, making sure that everything is where it needs to be. When you get over the seam, don't forget to back stitch, okay? That part is definitely going to be imperative when in your seams. And the reason it's going to be imperative is because once you start ironing and then squaring up, you want to make sure that those seams are nested together. So the term for that is called nesting, okay? So that's a basic term that you guys will learn about in the sewing series, and I'm super excited. Did I do that right? Hold on. I don't think I did that one right, y'all. I mean, I did it right in a sense, but no. Oh, yes, I did. Okay. Nope. Because then well, it don't matter because it's directional, but it ain't. Okay. So that would be our next square, okay? We're just going to take these two squares that we just made, okay, our 4 blocks. So now we have 8 blocks, and we're going to line them up again, making those seams go to the dark, okay, to the darker side. So I know I'm out of frame, but just bear with me a second. Because y'all, when I say I'm out of room, baby, I'm out of room. I got the house towed up because we getting ready to sell this house. And we're getting ready to move. And I got just too much stuff to be sitting around here trying to wait to the last minute to figure out that I should have been packing all along. So, yeah, I'm just going to save myself the trouble and the aggravation of later. So I have already started. So everything is so up and discombobulated. I promise. Okay. All right, y'all. So here we go. So yeah, we are definitely, as Miss Lisa said, we definitely in our sewing era over here. Okay. Did y'all see that little tea towel? OMG. That little tea towel, baby. She did not come to play. I put a little bow on her today, but of course I sewed the bow off center, so I gotta take the bow off and remember we had that seam, so I'm back stitching, but I'm gonna take the bow off and just move the bow to the center, and then hopefully, you know, Amazon is going to do that big one tomorrow, and all my late stuff that they owe me, hopefully, you know, it'll be here like they said. Amazon has not been, they have not been Amazoning lately. Okay? They just haven't. Okay. So, y'all, those are our blocks. These are our first 2 blocks. Now we're finna do our 3rd block. Oh, I think this is going to be so cute. And then y'all don't let me forget to show y'all the other don't let me forget to show y'all the other quilt that we working on this morning, because baby, I mean, she, you know, she still has some problems, but overall she came out really, really good. And again, your biggest, and another thing you could do, so like if you're doing 4 blocks, you could pin. So let me see where. So like if you were doing your 4 blocks, you could like literally come and then you could pin them, right? And then you could sew them. And then that way, you know, that way you have your blocks made. So let me do a couple of those like that, so we can actually see some stuff getting done. Cause so with me doing the 4 blocks, I think we can have 9 of these, and it'll be, well, no, we probably need to use the whole 42 pack. But I know for infant size, you're going to use I did this totally wrong. Hold on, I pinned that one wrong. For infant size, you can use 4 9 blocks. No, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, so you can use 9 4 blocks. I meant saying that all wrong. You can use 9 4 blocks, and that will be big enough for an infant or a newborn blanket. Now, let's talk about things you should use in a newborn blanket, right? I use flannel in just about all the quilts. Now, flannel just helps it. I don't know. It's just something about flannel. Flannel just, I don't know, the blanket just sink into you. So I definitely use it in infant blankets, but you don't want to use like scentless, sprays that have scent to it and things like that. So what I'm doing is I'm making like 3 newborn blankets or quilts, and what I'm doing is I'm washing them with scentless dress. And the reason being is because dress is made for babies, number 1, and then number 2, it doesn't have any scent, and it's hyperallergenic. So I generally try to make sure, and that's another reason I only buy the flatter in scentless, so I don't have to worry about oh my goodness, did I put some scent on that? So everything I buy, even though that flatter comes in like pineapple and lavender and strawberry kiwi and whatever else it comes in, but I still do not use anything scentless. I mean, with scent. Why I keep saying scentless? I mean with scent. You just want to protect those baby skin at all costs. At all costs. But yeah, I definitely put flannel in it as well. Let me see. I'm gonna cut this one off because I forgot where I was. Y'all. So let's take our pins out. What y'all been up to? I've been rolling around y'all YouTube channels. Might not always get to comment, but I have been rolling around them YouTube channels. Coaching membership. I know last weekend was very busy for quite a few of you, and that's okay. Let's plan for this Saturday at 6 p.m. Y'all let me know. This Saturday at 6 p.m. Let me know if that works out for y'all. Okay. And you're going to turn this one this way. Okay. Let me know if that works for y'all. But yeah. Coaching is still in session. It just kind of, I don't know, like May came in and it just like, I guess because I got so busy with being on the road, like, whoo, honey, I did like 10,000 miles in a week. Can y'all believe that? I did 10,000 miles in a week. And yeah, whew, child, that was treacherous. You hear me? But we made it, okay? We made it. Swole up and all. We made it, okay? All right, y'all. So, and trucking definitely is not for the weak, okay? Let me be the first to tell you it's not for the weak. Some days I'll be like, ooh, I want to go back to sleep. So I'm getting better about trying to take loads that like either they got a longer duration to get them there, or I just can't, or like no set time period. It just like needs to be there by a certain day or something like that. Cause listen, Linda, listen, okay? That I gotta get the load such and such time. Like you could have delivered this yourself if you had all these stipulations. So I try not to take loads where I gotta be pressed for time and ain't got no time for all that. Okay. That'd be the purpose of working for yourself. Like, honey, I ain't come out here to be trying to be on no time crunch for you. Okay. What did we do? Okay, there we go. So that's our other square. So if you're following along, purple should mostly or should always be in our starting block. Okay? Don't care how you spin it. Purple should be our starting block. So this is going to be our third block. And then we will have our first 3-row 4 block. Does that make sense? So we need 9 blocks, right? We need 9 blocks. And that would be 3 rows of 4. If we were doing infant size, okay? But we're going to use all of our blocks up on this one. So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to sew down here. Now, y'all, when I say me and this sewing machine, like, honey, we've been doing some sewing. It's about time for did I? Okay. I almost did. Ooh. Let's see if I can push that over because we want that to be flat. But guess what? It ain't gonna be as flat. It's gonna be okay. It's going to be okay. And remember, quilting is like, for the most part anyway, quilting is not, in my opinion, meant to be perfect, and in a lot of other people's opinion as well. Oh my goodness, y'all. Cousin, do you see these purples coming through for us? Ooh. So this would be 1, 2, 3. So this would be row 1. And then all we're going to do is continue. So I'm just move this out of the way. That's our first row. Okay. I gotta get some soda, y'all. No wonder I'm burning up. I thought I had to cut the heater off. Jesus. But I did not. Alright, so we're going to press our seam. And it's okay to finger press till you get to your iron, y'all. Because I promise you, if you start ironing, like stopping the iron, that gets real, it get old fast. Put it that way, it get old fast. So I was doing that, and I noticed that my neck started bothering me, my shoulder was bothering me, and sewing is supposed to be fun, okay? It's supposed to be fun. So, and I'm about to order me a ergonomic chair. That's the other thing. You got to make sure you have proper back support. You're the proper height for what you're, the machine to where you're sitting. So all of those are key components in sewing. If you can, make sure that you get ergonomic like rotary blades and things of that nature. Ergonomic chair, because you want to save your back and stuff like that. All right, so this is the start of our next row. So I'm just going to put it off to the side. I'm going to grab our next 2, and we're just gonna keep on keeping, okay? Keep on keeping. That's what we're gonna do. And line them up. And sometimes that is the hardest part. So y'all, let me tell y'all. So I had a customer that wanted a 4th of July quilt, right? And so they sent me this link of the fabric that they wanted, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I was like, something just don't look right about this fabric though. So I said, I don't think this fabric is 100% cotton. Yeah, it's 100% cotton. So I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all, the fabric gets to me. And Buki, I don't know what that was, but baby, it wasn't nothing 100% cotton about that. I had to mail that back to the customer. I said, now I want you to look at this fabric. I want you to feel this fabric because I'm mailing it back to you. And when she got it, she was like, it didn't even dawn on me to check it before I mailed it. Yeah, that probably would have saved me and you some headache. Oh, Up Designs, you've been here 6 months. Oh, your phone was acting up. Acting up. Yes, that purple coming through for us. Yes, cousin, you've been here for 6 months. Thank you for rocking with me. Y'all just don't know. Okay, y'all just do not know the amount of support that you guys show on a consistent basis, no matter what may be going on. And I also want y'all, especially, and we're going to talk about this in coaching, as well. I want y'all to understand that when you have, I don't know that this fabric is really directional, y'all, but when you have family situations or things that come up, please do not feel bad about having to miss a live, a video, a coaching session. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is going to be here, right? And any other social media platforms. And a lot of the times, I'm gonna be flexible, right? Especially when it come down to coaching. Because I know that with the schedule that I have just alone, okay, it be hectic, right? And I know that sometimes life be lifing, okay? So don't be afraid. I'm not gonna feel bad. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be none of that, because I'm gonna give you that flexibility. And most of the time, if we have enough people that has something to do on that particular day, baby, I'm about to reschedule that, okay? Just like last week. It was real busy for a lot of y'all. And guess what we did? Or we gonna do. Y'all, okay, there we go. We are going to reschedule. And like I said, we're gonna try to reschedule for this Saturday at 6, but you know, it is what it is. So I say all that to say, take the time that you need for you and your family, because YouTube's going to be here, okay? YouTube is going to be here. I promise. It's not going nowhere, okay? Nowhere. So don't forget that. I'm going to start pinning some of these, y'all, just so we can sew a little bit faster. But yeah, YouTube is going to be here. And then I'm actually kind of super excited about the next coaching session that's coming up, because like it's some things in there that is really going to, like, I went to this seminar, and it is going to help you not only in YouTube, but it's going to help you in your business, right? There are like certain contracts and things that you're going to, that you're gonna need. And we gonna get into all the get into it, okay? We is. Y'all see that? So as I'm pinning these, it's just going to be easier to just put these on the machine and just kind of chain piece these. And then, hold on, what did I just do? So at this point, like I said, I don't even think they're really directional. I don't know. We're just rolling with it. But I don't think they're as directional as I was originally thinking they were. So I think we'll be fine. With just kind of sewing and going. Sewing and going. But yeah, y'all gotta take that time. Take that time. Because sometimes you can get burnt out. All of the things. Donzel, what you been up to? What have you been up to, Donzel? Y'all, please make sure y'all like the video, please, and thank you. Share it out if you can. Also, now y'all know that YouTube changes, based on what is working, right? Or, it makes the algorithm do what it wants to do based on what it sees working. And bringing more people to YouTube, right? Y'all know that YouTube is owned by YouTube and Google. However they go, YouTube owns Google or Google owns YouTube. However it go, they intertwined, okay? So it's a big old search engine, right? And people are always coming to YouTube to have a problem solved, right? They're having a problem. They want a problem solved. They need an answer to a situation, right? So that's what they come over here, and we provide those answers, whether it's in crafting or, you know, your Chevy got an oil leak and you trying to fix it on your own because, you know, you don't want to take it to the shop because they're going to bust you in the head. Okay. That's what YouTube is for. So shorts, ouch, I got this pen. Stuck. Okay. Got it out my finger. Shorts is a good way to get seen, okay? Shorts is a very good way to get you put in front of a different audience, okay? One time it used to be that if your channel was not short based, that shorts really didn't help you. Okay? Again, algorithm changes, right? So there's that. All right, so we're getting ready to sew these just like this, and we're gonna go. So I say all that to say, if you're not doing shorts, if you don't know how to do shorts, let me know. I can do a quick tutorial on shorts, but shorts is definitely a good way to get in front of a different audience, right? Your regular audience, they're gonna automatically see it because that's how the algorithm is designed. But when you put your shorts out there, y'all, like my short yesterday, it had almost 5,000 views. Okay, my shorts have been doing numbers. Okay, shorts have been doing numbers. Let's see, making sure I sew this right. Let's just double check. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. And y'all, it doesn't hurt. I promise it doesn't hurt to check yourself when you are quilting, because in the long run, it'll make you a better quilter. But anyway, so yeah, my shorts have been doing numbers. And I have been getting subscribers. And you can actually look at your analytics and tell if you got subscribers. Even from videos, you can tell which videos you got subscribers and which short by reviewing your analytics. You've been working and watching videos on YouTube, including Netflix. Yep, I saw it. I was getting to it. But I'm glad to know that all is well, Donzel. You know what? I need to start. But I just don't. I don't really watch TV like that, though. I don't. The only TV I watch really and truly is YouTube. That is really and truly all the TV that I watch. And I see that I got Netflix, but now I'm going to cancel it because I got to figure out which account are you robbing me for Netflix payment for that I'm not even watching. So I'll be looking for that. Trying to keep these 1/4 inches lined up as much as possible as well. Maybe one day I'll get to an error-free sewing project. But I don't think it's going to be today. Okay? Don't think it's going to be today. And that's okay. And that is definitely okay. Just keep rocking and rolling. I was like, is it going to grab my fabric today? Donzel, do you watch a certain series on Netflix? I had 2 shorts that got over 1,000 views. Totally unsuspected. You go, cousin. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Like, when I say shorts be shortened. Yeah, they be shortened. So make sure that y'all are putting, like I said, all of this that I'm telling y'all now, we'll definitely go over it in the coaching session more in depth. Gonna share the tips and tricks and things that I have learned in these different seminars and stuff like that. So yeah. And girl, I just totally and when you change stitching, y'all, you should be giving like your fabric a little, like run it off with a little bit, but I don't be doing that always. But if you remember, try it. If not, it's not gonna hurt anything. But it does help. It gives you something to have to actually cut when you're taking these off the machine. Y'all, I need to get something overhead so that, well, no, because I need to get it because I already got it, but I packed it up and now I wish I hadn't packed it up. But like I said, I'm going to work as far as recording. I'm just going to work with what I got until we get situated with the move. Because, baby, it's a lot of stuff in here to be packing up, okay? All right. So now all I'm going to do is just start taking my pins out and putting them back in my little pin cushion. And then we're going to cut these off and start putting our 4 blocks together. And like I said, quilting, it takes patience. It definitely takes patience, and it can be very long, but it is definitely rewarding. Cousin, you still got your 4 block that you made from the last challenge? Because I'm getting ready to post the second part of the challenge. So if you have that block, you're gonna need it if you want to participate in the second part of the challenge. Now, the reason I'm only gonna cut these off 2 at a time, y'all, is because I know me and I ain't trying to get jacked up. I do want to quote the at least match, because y'all, sometimes I just be forgetting what I be doing. I do. I can't even lie, because that's not what I do. All right, let's well, this one gonna have to cut off. We're gonna have to even that one up because I want my seams to line up, because that is what's important. I don't care about having that hanging over the edge, because like I said, you're going to have to even it up anyway. So don't worry your little heart out about that, okay? Just start back stitching somewhere when you start at a part that you're going to keep. And then you just keep going. Okay. Yes, ma'am, because I'm getting ready to post the second part. Which the second part is going to be really, really easy. And especially if you're watching this, you'll definitely understand the second part. You'll definitely understand the second part of it. Y'all, let me tell y'all about Dad over here, y'all. I don't know if y'all heard me earlier, but Dad got me somehow. I ended up on a diet with him. How that work? Just slid me right on into it, okay? So when y'all able to see me back on camera, if I look like the number 11, just know it's all his fault. But remember, he ain't too far. He not too far from looking like the number 2, yo. This diet, y'all. This diet is dieting me. Like, I be still hungry. Like, how you eat and still be hungry? Got me right here eating broccoli and chicken and like, bro, what? And he be eating sweet potatoes and asparagus. Now I don't eat nobody's asparagus. I don't eat nobody asparagus. Okay, nobody. Get somebody else to do it. Okay. So now what we're doing is we're sewing our second row. Our second row together. Yep. He around here looking like the number 2 child, be in the gym. Got me around here looking like the number 11. I'm talking about just ease me right on into it. Like, how I end up on a diet with you? When this took place? I ain't agree to this. Yep, just ease me right on into it, y'all. And then gonna tell me we gotta do it for 12 weeks. Huh? Feel like we already been doing it for too long. But I guess. But don't get me wrong now. I sure still be eating my Twinkies and ice cream and all that. I watch mainly cop shows with hubby and sometimes a movie. Other than that, it's always YouTube. I know that's right. Girl, YouTube is where the learning be, okay? All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add our next block. Yep. So we've already done two of our blocks. And again, dark side on the back, dark side this way. So in other words, one should be going to the left and one should be going to the right. And you want to nest those seams. And like I said, it is okay if your fabric does not necessarily line up, because remember, this is a machine cuts this fabric and they not perfect, or sometimes humans may cut it, so it's just not gonna be even. But I will say, even with using more expensive fabric, sometimes it definitely is not always cut right. This little piece right here trying to play with my emotions, and I don't like that. All right. Now I'm gonna go back over that seam because it still didn't quite act right. All right, so let's keep it going. And I'm gonna show y'all what our second set of our block is going to look like. Now, what we're going to do is, because I want to show y'all. So this is our, wait a minute. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So this is what that this second row looks like, okay? Now, what we're going to do is, this is our first row. Remember, this is the row that we started out with. What you're going to do to join these rows together, okay, is you're going to do the same thing. Start with where your seams are, making sure it's pressed to the dark side, okay, making sure it's finger pressed to the dark side. Now, this I probably would pin, especially if you're uncomfortable with sewing, okay? If you're uncomfortable with sewing, this part I would definitely make sure that you just line everything up on your seams. I wouldn't care where else the fabric went over at, making sure your seams are going to nest. And sometimes, I ain't gonna lie to you, sometimes it still don't. Oh no, we can't sew that together yet. But you would sew this straight down here. I have to even this up before we even attempt to sew that, Bookie. We're not even gonna put ourselves through that. But that is how you will iron it. So I'm gonna lay our first row back down. I'm gonna fold our second row over. Yeah, we definitely gotta cut that before we try and do yeah, that would be bad business. Bad for business. Okay. So you want to iron and even everything up before you start putting your rows in. Okay, I'm loving this purple too. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get our next set together, our next 9 block. So remember, we're only doing 2 at a time because cousin T can't be over here just jacking up. I'm trying to do. That's why my quilts have been taking me so long, y'all, because like, one, it already takes a long time to do quilts, but then I'm also, using my skills, right? Using my skills because we want our quilts to come out and look the best that they possibly can, right? And I keep saying it, but I cannot wait to show y'all this other quilt, even with the flaws. But just you know what? Give me a minute, because I'm going to show y'all. Give me a minute. Let's put this row together. And then I actually think I might spray these down with flatter and just let them sit overnight before I actually sew my rows together. I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, I like that right there too. That's cute. That's cutesy or whatever. Okay. And I can actually just use my scissors and snip in between here. Oh, well, I thought I could. So there we go. Okay. So this is the start of our 3rd row. And you can like mark your rows, like, by putting a sticky note on them, using now see, like, this has a lot of bulk. What I'm gonna do, provided okay, I don't know where the pinking shears are, but I'm just going to cut this off. Just a little bit. You ain't gotta have a whole, because you want to reduce the bulk in your quilt. Okay? Reduce that bulk. And we could cut a little bit of this one off too. I like a 1/4 inch, but sometimes that 1/4 inch be doing a little too much. Okay, so there we go. We got that, and we got this one, and we're going to just line up our seams, and we're going to clip. Okay. Y'all, my birthday's coming up next month. Ooh, Jesus. Them kids be like, ooh, you getting old. Child, please. I ain't getting old. I'm increasing in value, baby. That mean I got that knowledge and instilling some of what I done learned along the way in your life and adding value to it. That's what I'm doing. I ain't getting older. Ain't nothing old but clothes. Okay? Ain't nothing old but clothes. So I just look at them and laugh because I don't know who getting old, but it ain't me. It ain't me. They getting old. Thank you, Donzel. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And hopefully y'all will start what's the word I'm looking for? Start quilting. Like grab you a template, or let me see here what we got going on. Wait a minute, let me figure this one out. Okay, that's not right. Okay, this is right. Yep, there we go. Yeah, hopefully y'all will grab y'all a template. I gotta go back and add the add that template to the live. I hadn't forgot. I just been sewing, y'all. Just been sewing, but I'll go back and add it to that live so that y'all could start dabbling in it, because literally that is the only way to get better at quilting. Either doodling or using your machine. And sometimes you can just, make like a 4-block, just like this right here. Set your template, not even turn your machine on, or you can have it on, just don't start it. And you can practice moving the fabric and the template, together. So that's another way. And I had got a long arm from Joann's because it was on sale. Well, not really sale, but I don't know that $4,000 is a sale, but okay. But I got a long arm from there, but baby, it's gonna stay in the box. Well, it ain't really, I don't know what you call that. That's not really a box. They put it in some type of because I guess it was their demo. So it's more in like a crate type thing, I guess. All right, so this is the start of our 3rd row. So we're gonna go ahead and put our last block together. And then I'm gonna show y'all that quilt. Oh God, do y'all see the bulk? See that well, I can't blame it on a 1/4 inch foot. It's me. I be not paying attention sometimes where I'm putting that fabric at. But when you definitely have bulk the size of this, cut that off. Because, baby, I guarantee you your quilt going to be bulky. I mean, even though that flatter will flatten it, but just reduce your bulk. It's just gonna be so much better. I promise. All right, so to the dark side, just finger pressing. And the reason you want to press to the dark side is because it will show in your lighter fabric. Okay? It'll show in your lighter fabric. In case you were wondering. All right. And then we're just going to, what we're going to do, y'all, we're going to nest these seams. And we're going to clip them. All right. And again, it's going to be over, and we're okay with that, remember, because as long as our seams meet up, that's what we want. I don't know if y'all remember the video where I got hit by the 18-wheeler. Y'all, whew, my neck is catching up with me for sure. And my little slip and fall in Hobby Lobby, y'all. They need to hurry up and run me my coins. That's what they need to do. If I gotta put up with this pain, at least, you know, run me my coins. Let me have money with the pain, I guess. But I should be getting paid out from Hobby Lobby real soon. The 18-wheeler is gonna take a little minute. One, because his truck is registered in China, and yeah, it's a whole big fiasco with that. But the good thing was I had him on camera, so that didn't help him. That didn't help him. Okay, so this is our last block that we're going to put up here. Well, hold on, let me see if this is right. This is right. There we go. So yeah, this is going to be our last block that we're going to do on this quilt tonight. And as you can see, like, you know, it takes a little minute. Not too bad. I mean, that was a little over an hour just to sew this part. And the more you sew, the faster you'll get. Now, my issue is I have been teaching myself, and I'm gonna show you guys too. I know, like, some people, my hands cramping up. I know, like, some people struggle to read the quilting ruler, and that was me before I took this little this class excuse me, this class. And I'm going to share that information with you guys, so that a quilting ruler and how to, because you know, like, certain patterns might say you know, like, you need 7/8 of yardage, right? Well, 7/8, that's going to be 31.5 inches that you're going to need, right? So it gets a little funky. And then, or you might need like 7 7/8, you know, line or something like that. But I'm gonna show you guys that. So this is our last block, and boy, this purple is purpling. Okay, I love it. All right, so I'm gonna grab the quilts that we were working on this morning, and that I decided that we're going to call done. Okay. And I have this little pot holder type deal. Oh, I can't even make the strap for this though, because, so this is just something it was a play block, and I was just kind of quilting on it. But it looks really, really good on the back of that Minky. And I didn't even put the whatchamacallit in here. How we can't use that for no pot holder. Don't let me. I forgot to put the whatchamacallit in the middle. I just sewed it. Oh, never mind. Can't use that for no pot holder. Anywho, let's carry on to what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, so it's two things I want to point out before I open up the whole blanket. As soon as I can find it. Oh, okay. So, hey, Miss D. Hey, boo. So, this is, let me move this out the way. So, this is that's our tag. Okay, so we got a tag here. These are the tags that I made the other day that I showed you guys how to make. So, made with love 2025, and then on the back you got a cherry and you have my initials in there, right? And then if I really wanted to, I could, you know, sign my signature, right? But we don't need to do all that. Okay, we don't need to do all that. Now, so this is just a little throw, and I'm just gonna kind of hold it up to the best of my ability, y'all, and just kind of go around with it. So that's what we have, and it's quilted. Like, I mean, it ain't, I gotta steam it still, but I mean, it's quilted. It's got a little, whatchamacallit on it, got a little border on it. So I'm pretty happy with it. It's just a throw blanket. You know, you can use it long ways or you can use it sideways. Yes, you've been here a year. Yes. Shout out to my members. Y'all are the real MVPs, and the subscribers also. Like, y'all are really the real MVPs, and I love that. I do. I love that. I will be making my way around to those of y'all who actually made your buy me a coffees. I will be making my way to your page. I'm going to hopefully try and set aside some time this week to get that done. But yeah, I will be visiting your buy me a coffee, because I believe in pouring back into those that pour into me. So yeah, I will definitely be doing that, y'all. This quilt is just, I mean, look at it. This fabric is just, it's just giving. How many of y'all actually remember this oldie but goodie? When I want to say, cousin, is this the one that I started with me, you, and Miss Queenie on a Zoom? Or did I start this one on a live with y'all? I can't remember. But I think this is the one where me, you, and Auntie Queenie was in that live. I mean, in that Zoom. I think this is that one. But either way, I know it's an oldie. This, because I never finished it, right? I started quilting it. Then me and her, I know for a fact, me and her went in a Zoom and we started quilting, but child, it was a hot mess. When I first started trying to quilt this, y'all, look at the rest of our colors, okay? Like, let me show y'all the rest of our colors. I'll go ahead and separate these, because this purple is like too cute not to show y'all the rest of the pattern. Now, you could actually mix these blocks like this if you wanted to, and then put like white here and white there. You could have did it that way, or you could do it, you know, the way that I'm already doing it, and I think I'm just going to keep it going the way I'm doing it. That. So now we're getting into our greens in the quilt. Oh my goodness, this is really cute. And like I said, this is a Riley Blake by Diane Lombardi. Oh, let me move y'all a little closer. I can't remember which one. No, I think you finished the one you did with us. Oh, okay. I finished the one I did with y'all. Oh, this. Oh, look at that. Look how that purple is purpling in that green. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm also a green fan, but my greens are like more of the sagey, well, this color too, sage type, more your neutral. So this is a really, really cute pattern. I like this. Okay. So I will sew up the rest of these tomorrow, and then if my phone is acting right, I will do a short to let y'all see what the topper looks like. So when you go to put a quilt together, right, you should have your let me see if I can grab this little pot holder. Well, what should have been a pot holder, but my not so smart, not so bright self, those greens are really cute. Where did you get the fabric? It's a Riley Blake thing. I got it from Amazon. I'm gonna drop the link in the description when I go to update this. When I go to update it. So I forgot to put the dang on wrap and zap in here, y'all. So you can't use this for no pot holder because it's gonna burn up. Okay. And then on the back I had put Minky, but do y'all see? So you see how this is light on the back? If I had, and this is what I mean by you got to press it to the dark side. But if I had to put the wrap and zap in here like I was supposed to, y'all, we could have turned this into a pot holder. We could have what you call it, put bordering on it. I'll make another one. I'll just be so quick. But yeah, it came off of Amazon, but I'll drop that link. Oh, and let me don't forget these over here. They already sold. This is the one we'll start with on tomorrow. We'll start with this one. I already got it sold, but I'm gonna leave them together because they're chain pieced. And then what I might do tomorrow morning when I come in is I call this my little sweatshop. So when I come in my sweatshop in the morning, I might just go ahead and pin all of my pieces together, and then to make my rows. And then I have like a couple of other blocks that I've already made, stuff like this right here. So like that's a really cute block. But now I have to measure this block to see, because this is scraps that I made these blocks out of. So I have to measure my block because I've cut it down already. So I got to measure my blocks. And this is one that I actually butterflied. So when I do this particular quilt, I'll have to butterfly the seams open on everything on here. This one right here, this is another quilt. This is an infant quilt. So this is flannel, and then this is cotton, and this is what this quilt is coming out to look like. And I only got one row of it done. So we got a long way to go. Like I said, I got several quilts and quilt orders. So y'all. So we might be just doing a bunch of sewing on here. I got all of these right here. These are blocks that I've already started sewing, but I gotta put them together. Now this one is going to be a huge quilt. This is going to be like a 90 by, is it 90 by 120 or 90 by 70? Something like that when I laid it out. But I have to make a bigger board so that I can lay it out. I don't know if y'all followed the a couple shorts from the print motor. Y'all know I have a print motor. Let me rethread this because somehow I done pulled the thread out. I have a Brother Print Motor fabric printer, and this I printed on there. I started sewing it, as you can see right there, but I didn't like the fabric that I put with it. It wasn't dark enough, so I just, I used the seam ripper and ripped it apart. But this is 100% cotton. Okay, 100% cotton fabric, and I printed my own fabric. I cut this block down, and I gotta figure out how. I think I might just make a 9 block with different pictures with this particular block. So I'm gonna have to go back to the fabric printer, print 8 more pictures, cut them down to this size block, and then I'm gonna sew them together. And then I'm gonna teach you guys how to make an envelope pillowcase. So if you want to learn how to sew that, stay tuned. You can get you an 18 by 18 pillow form, and that's just an 18-inch by 18-inch pillow. You will need, what is it? You will need 2 yards of, no, you'll need 1.5 yards of your fabric for the back. And then maybe if you don't want to use pictures for yours, you can use like 5x5 blocks, right? You can use 5x5 blocks, and you only need 9 of them to make your patchwork front. And then, like I said, 1.5 yards for the back, and just some batting. And you'll need one measuring 10 by 18 and the other measuring 12 by 18. And I'll show you how to put that together. But y'all, I know some of y'all got to go to work tomorrow. I got a lot of work to do. So I'm going to get off of here. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. It feels so good to be able to come back live. For a little bit here and there. So thank you. Please make sure y'all like the video, share it out for me. And until next time, peace, be blessed, stay crafty. I'm your girl T, and I'm out. One God, one love. Catch y'all in the next one.